Well, hi folks, time to plant the leeks out now. These have been planted, I sowed these on the 1st of March, so they've been growing for 3 months now. And they're nice and tall, they're about 9 inches to a foot tall, some of them now, so it's time for them to be planted out. I've got 2 varieties, one's called Neptune, one's called Zermatt. One's an early maturing one, and one's a hardier variety that'll last all over winter, so I can take some in early spring. So I'll just show you what we have to do to plant these. First thing I'm going to do is just to tip these out and then separate them into individual plants. See how easy it comes out. Should come out quite easily. So we'll just get a nice, a really good root ball there, because they've been grown in these ice cream containers. Gives them a really good healthy root structure. I'll just get into a better position. So I'm just going to tease these out slowly, try not to damage any of the roots. Just shake them off. I want to shake all the compost off as well, because they do get planted sort of bare root, as you can see. So just shake the compost off, get them separated. And the reason we plant them like this is, what I'm going to do next, I'll make some holes in the ground, about 6 inches deep, depending on how long you want the green part, sorry, the white part of your leek. Because you know when you get a leek, the bottom bit's white, and the only way that'll go white is if that's sort of under the soil and not getting exposed to any sunlight. So it's called blanching. Because if you just planted these on the surface like that, then the whole leek would be green and bitter. So you've got to plant some part of it, depending on how much white shaft you want, underneath the ground. So I usually do about 6 or 7 inches, and that's how you get the white bit. So we'll get all these separated, and then we'll show you the second bit, which is the tedious bit. Oh, well, right then folks, as you can see, I've separated them out now into individual plants. So now I've just got to make the holes. So what I'm using is a dibber, or it's end of a spade handle, and I'm going to make some holes about, so like I said, 6 inches deep. Just dib them in like that, maybe about 6 or 7 inches apart. Now with leeks, the further apart you plant them, the bigger they'll get, but I'm not interested in getting massive leeks. I just want to get as many as I can out of the area. So I can get 7 in a row, and I've measured it out, I can get 12 rows, so that's 84 leeks, which is more than enough. I'm going to plant them a little bit further apart in the rows, maybe about 10 inches. But like I said, this is the tedious part, especially when the holes fill in because the soil's a bit dry. So we'll get on and finish the rest of these off, and then show you how we plant them. And then the most important part for me, oh yeah, is the first watering in. So we'll just get on and get those in, and we'll show you. That's a good old workout, doing 84 of them. Right, so now the next step in the process is simply to drop one plant into each hole, trying to make sure you get the roots right down to the bottom. They'll get washed down when I water them in, but just making sure you shove it right down. I mean, it does look silly because there's only the tiniest bit of leaf sticking out of the top. But that's what you want, because everything that's underneath the ground now will turn a lovely white and make the leek really sweet. So the more your depth you get, like I said before, the more white shaft you get. So it couldn't be easier. Again, it's just repeat, repeat, repeat. Like I said, just plonking it down, getting the roots down as far as you can, pushing it right to the bottom of the hole. And just doing that, in this case, 84 times. So I'll get on and finish these, and then the next job after that, which like I said is I consider the most important part of this of the procedure, is the initial watering in. And I'll show you why we do that and the reason for that. So we'll get on, get these finished, and then we'll get them watered in. Well, right then folks, the final task now, and the most important one, is, like I said, to fill the hole in. And what I've got is a hose pipe with a a watering can with a piece of hose pipe stuck in the end. And what you want to do is fill the hole right to the top, like so, and that'll just wash enough soil from around the hole over the roots so that they can take root at the bottom. Because if you were to use a watering can with a rose on it, it'd wash too much soil into the hole, and what would happen then is, and soil would get in between the leaves, and you'd end up with gritty leeks, and nobody wants a gritty leek. So doing it this way, like I said, it just washes just enough soil from the sides of the hole over the roots, just so that the roots can get covered in a little bit of soil, and then they can take hold. So again, we've just got to rinse and repeat, do this about another 80 times, and we should be good to go. Well, there we go folks, that's 84 leeks in. I've got a really bad back now, bending over. So as you can see, all plonked in now, all separated into single ones and watered in. So the roots should be nicely covered with water. Because there's only a few inches sticking out the top, then there's not a lot's going to get dried off if we do get some dry weather, because most of the plants in the hole in darkness. So they should pretty much look after themselves now. I don't even usually have to water them again, because the hole's so deep, once the roots do take, then there's so much moisture that low down in the soil, then there's not really much need to do any watering. And like I said, they'll just look after themselves, keep growing. Hopefully we don't get any pests. The only pests I get out is rust, and lucky that I don't get any of that allium leaf miner or leek moth at all. So rust's my only foe. So if we don't get any of that, then we should be good to go. So anyway folks, that's it. That's my leeks planted this year. See you later.